gonna see the early pickup of that Azir. That is still very, very good in terms of scaling. And Damwon not really telling us anything with the draft that we see right here. It is a possibility that they still go for the Phelios if DRX doesn't pick it away here and look toward an aggressive bot lane, or rather a bot lane where Dogdom has a lot of agency because that's his Phelios. Yeah, without Poppy, a lot of picks not available here. This is kind of walking into a Sejuani third pick here for Nuguri. Has been something that has happened a lot in the past.
Yeah, feels like a little bit of a tier selection there. You know, like Nar's really good, let's get it for our team. Not a bad idea, but as you mentioned, can easily be countered here by Nuguri if they do want to go for it.
Yeah, especially with Viego already locked in. I think Sejuani is a no-brainer, and Dogdom has actually shown with that Ashe build that we saw from him last time around, he has actually plenty of tricks up his sleeves. So, that's a very different direction. A lot more agency for Nuguri. Also, the gangplank completely fine being left alone. And that might mean that for Damwon, you're feeling a little bit more comfortable picking a aggressive bot side that Kenyon needs to play towards, because you have two very self-sufficient picks, provided you can stave off any possible early shenanigans or any early dives on the gangplank.
Yeah, and even in this meta where there's so much focus on the bottom lane, we have not had early picks for either team for their bottom lanes. Even in a match like this, Def versus Dogdom, Beryl and Kellen. And that does mean that here in the second round of bans, we are going to have only Focus down there. So Nautilus and Ezreal taken away. Zeri and Kalista already off the board. Tom Kench was already banned. Where else are we going with this? Draven.
Interesting, especially with Lucian and Kalista both already being gone. And there is the option to go for like Aphelios Lulu here. I think Aphelios ban is a no-brainer for DRX, but no, they're going to ban Renata instead. And it feels to me like that's kind of what...
二次会カスタムお疲れ様でした。サブスクありがとうございます。
A lot of the aggression lanes are banned out. Yuumi has a great win rate, as we can see. Very strong champion, synergizes well with Kenyon as well. And you still don't really show anything here. They might be hovering towards a Jhin here, Veldes. That could be the case.
They have so much damage in their comp already, so maybe they do it, but I just...
Oh my DRX.
Well, they won't now. This is why you lock like Swain. Just lock Swain or lock a mage here for...
猫で安全にファームするって言ったら分かってんだろうな。スケールするぞ俺たちは。いやー、フェリオスかジンクス取った方がよくねえか。スイッチよくねえと思うけど、安尾のダブルで全部終わっちゃうけど、これアルティメットが。はい、こんばんは。ローソンで L チキ買ってきた。
I'd agree. That is a bold statement. Yeah. I'm backing you up.
Really profound one. You know, I'm known to really dig deep for those.
I think your collected poetry works on stopwatch and what it means in our modern society are
true.
Very, very poignant.
That's another 900.
ダマンらしいっちゃダマンらしいドラフトだね。しっかりファームやって勝ちましょうみたいな、なんかザ LCK って感じがする。
So, okay, just gonna place a ward. Could have gotten a little bit cheeky there, but no need to. As the pool party gangplank will be coming out here, we saw Dove playing with the toy gangplank before. I don't know if that's the name in English.
ファミチキよりは L チキの方がちょっとぶっといんで、L チキ好きですけど。
And a bunch of damage being traded back. Heal comes in, flash and knock up, and Dogdom is not enjoying his position now on the run. Has to get healed up once again. And all the summoners are down immediately. Deft and Beryl are in the lead.
Yeah, if that's a short trade, I think you win it. trying to long trade against Yasuo Senna
デフと
level
ヤスオ
1
うめえんだよ
is,
なって言ったら Q 外したけど。
It's not ideal, Valdez,
Yeah.
because Senna's level 1 is incredible, and Yasuo, once he's on top of you, feels very, very happy as well. So, Canyon, I know level 2 Viego bot gank ain't the best, but maybe
デフトさん
and then pay a quick
さっき
visit
からちょっと Q が
because it
Q がおかしい
is rough for Damwon Key.
Q がおかしいですよ。
So much of their sustain,
Yeah,
all 4 sums are down, which I do
on both
appreciate.
sides.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
so,
And all 8 sums are down.
wow.
This is, yeah. This is why generally, as you were saying in the draft chronicler,
Yeah.
テリーもヤスオうまいですね。
Silas into his ear, not the other way around. But Showmaker had other ideas and other plans. But yeah, I mean, maybe it certainly didn't look like it. Which, by the way, Duck Dom on Team Dynamics against KT
Dynamics.
Aiming
Dog Dom.
in 2020. 2 years ago, over 2 years ago.
いや、ダムワンこのセーフファームやりたかったのに、サモスペがねえから、ジャングル見つかんなかったらマジで大変なことになる。
I've seen bot lane Yasuo this split with Carrier playing it, but this is the
ルーミのイグゾとイグナイトが先に上がるからまあ大丈夫かもしれない。
That's the whole idea. So glad you did point that out. But yeah, I think that Duck Dom and Kellen, even though it didn't look like it,
まあサモスペがお互いにないから、
summoners, and now they're like, well, they don't have summoners now, and everybody sustains up, and we're all at full health.
yeah.
And we
カ
have
バー
range
来てるけど、
advantage, and like at the end of the day, we're gonna benefit from this. That would be like the 5-head
ダブル使っ
maneuver
た。
if they actually put thought into it, and that.
でもこれプルウェーブだからな、結局。DRX からしたら、
Canyon.
わざわざプッシュしてリコールする必要もなく
Make
て、
it to the next rush.
もうこの時点でカバー来てるの分かってるんだよ。
Yep.
このウェーブで椅子あるのがもう危ないから。
I'm kidding. She's not.
いるの分かってる DRX。
It's powder. That just.
フラッシュ
It's just so
ない状態でこんな押してくることないし、プッシュし始めたらもういるっつうの分かって
Probably
る。
down here, and he's right.
仕掛けるかもしれない、ワンチャン。
This is
いっ
beta.
た。
This is the way it goes.
They don't know.
They don't know.
Wait,
Okay,
they do know.
They know. Yeah.
これここで仕掛けるとウェーブがプル続くんでリセットできないんで有利なんですよね。だから行ったんですよ。わざわざジャングルまで。
They know pop.
フルリセットかけてリコールしたかったはずなんです、ダムワンは。これもうマナもスキルも使った後なんで、もうめっちゃ有利ですね。
Well, lane's
だからリーも離れるに離れられない。
or towards DRX rather, so they're in a really awkward spot here.
Looks like a tri lane to me, Chronicler.
Yeah, wait till Nala comes out, and experience for everyone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be even more fun.
Just get Nylan.
でこれでツイッチが諦めて先にリコールしたんで、
That sounds like fun.
ボットより DRX
Sounds like
サ
your
イドです。
laning phase, but
That's fine.
that's no problem. Who cares about lane?
You get XP.
Yay! I want to highlight, by the way, that Showmaker also gone for the Conqueror here, which into what is effectively a full melee comp. I really enjoy. We have seen in the past that Showmaker is
金元めちゃくちゃ買っとるやん。
with his rune choices and with his itemization, has been very vocal about really always trying to find an edge there. My favorite example still is still the good old longsword LeBlanc with confidence into the Galio that he pulled out at Worlds, and that shattered the minds of, well, me mostly. But I know Doinby also mentioned specifically, they was like, what is this? How is this working? Why am I losing to this? And as a result of both junglers kind of shadowing
プレイヤースキルマッチアップですね。ナー VS。
at all.
Yeah. I'm just kind of waiting until they come down here again. All the summoners
今
are
昔は GP の方が圧倒的カウンターピックって言われてましたけど、ナーが耐久アップデートで強くなった影響でプレイヤースキルマッチアップって言われるようになって、
knock up at this point is
う
not
まい
really
方が
gonna
勝
do
つね。
anything unless you get it into more because of course it's Yumi,
ま
but
あ
also
GP が上手ければ GP が勝つみたいな感じ。もう GP が樽当てたら GP の勝ちで、当たんなかったらナーの勝ち
They
み
just
たいな。
have like multiple freezes going on. This is horrible. This is so sad.
what do you mean? It's really nice.
Well,
た
yeah,
だ
DRX,
当てたらって言うけど、フリートフットワークがあるから、フリートフットワークの回復を上回るぐらい当てなきゃいけないから、
wanna do something. Kenyon,
まあ、難しいマッチアップではある。
it's irrelevant to me.
It's
Doesn't mean
Gangplank. It's Snuggery. He bought a cull. He's going to sit there, probably die a couple of times, but that's fine. What's really important is getting Duck Dump fit. I think Canyon
Yeah.
ツイートしてる。あ、バレた。
Okay, that goes in, and Deft and Barrel know
今
about
のエ
this.
フェクトでバレてるはず。
They are not biting the bait.
Yep, Kenyon can go clear his grump and then come back. Because again, the wave should come in.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because otherwise, Doc Dom and Callan can freeze it. And then maybe they can catch up this horrible CS deficit that they found themselves in. But Showmaker's also pathing bot. So, not a 3v3 maybe this time around with some ultimates available. But the experienced lead is really there for Deft and Barrel. And
いや、ナーが有利ってわけじゃないですよ。GP が別にレベル1、2でうまくやると GP が勝ったりします。なんで、それ次第です。
Yeah, they really do. And the engage, or the invade rather, coming in here, basic level 6 on 5 of Canyon. And you see Damakia, they just try to absorb the pressure. They're not
なので、
actually
まあ、うまい方が
this one.
勝つと思っていただければ。
Live sandbox.
Yeah, they would have gone in. Here we go. Dive that we were looking for, that we were expecting.
Yeah, Canyon is nearby, but will he get here on time? Level 6, and the tornado's gonna hit. The kick comes in, duck down flashes, but it's not enough. A lot of turret shots go in, but the healing is there for Barrel. And the dive is successful for DRX.
Really nicely done by DRX, and they want to highlight they need to do this. This Twitch was picked face up. You knew that you were going into this lane, and I don't know. I don't think it's working out. They took an extremely aggressive level.
JL の見返しは、
and now
なんか見返すポイントがないんだよな。昨日の試合。
but it is definitely something that will be frightening. Deft with a humongous lead right now.
Yeah.
And overall, DRX playing out this early game very, very nicely, and this was very telegraphed, right? We knew this was coming. Really nicely set up knock-up, and then the moment that comes through, you know, there's nothing that Dogdom can really do. Even with Flash and Cleanse, Cleanse doesn't do anything for knock-up, so just gonna get taken down.
Yeah, that is what happened in the end. And, you know, there is so much scaling here on the side of Dom and Kia. But as I said in the draft, it's like, if you fall behind, the amount of tempo that DRX have with this draft, like, I don't think it's even going to matter all that much. Like, falling behind is okay, but if DRX are able to roll this into
ダムアンがきつい、ボットがきつい。い
it is
や、
really difficult.
ツイッチが結局、
You know? Like just at the press of a button, they're going to be
なんだろう。ツイッチってさ、王権できて、ステルスからアルティメットのワンキルできるようで、レーンコントロールしなきゃいけないけど、ヤスオの壁でツイッチのオートアタックが消えるから、プレッシャーがないんだよね、ヤスオに消えても。ユーミのアルティメットは貫通するけど、
and Yasuo have a lot of innate power as well.
Yeah.
And if you look at how these two comps interact, no matter what the game state is, with big ultimates, either a stolen one from Zeka, or Deft getting into the enemy backline together with either King or Zeka as well, makes it very hard.
で、ダムアン全体のチャンピオンが、まあ、レーンは強いけど、プレッシャーがないチャンピオン構成になってるから、
so getting to the late game with a lead is great for DRX, but even if they lose this lead,
なんかそれはもったいない。ウィンレンウィンゲームしなきゃいけない構成なんだけど、そのウィンレンウィンゲームがやりづらいから、ダムアン全体的に。こう、ツイッチがこうやってミッドとかに出張するしかないんだよね。
I think they had Lee Sin at least, and the Senna to follow up. And it was just kind of
だから本当に古き良き LCK って感じ。レーン勝って、そのレーン勝った状態で集団戦やって勝つよみたいな。序盤どっからも動かせないでしょ。マジで。これがツイッチがなんか対面がアッシュとかだったら、ゼリとかだったら6レベから王権できた段階からレーン勝ってこうみたいなのができるんですよ、チーム全体で GP のアルティメット生かしてね。だけど多分ヤスを倒せないから。
Mininar is just too fast, and now he's even able to chip away on the backside. They handle it perfectly, and the cannon barrage is used mid, but take a look at how many plates are already down, as 3 plates will go into the DRX mid laner, and also Pyoshik and Barrow, who is nearby. But yeah, lots of value for them there.
And DRX is making
まあセナ捕まえれたら
and that is something
良
that
き
you
かな
kind of accepted as Domon. With this draft, you have what is effectively 4 scaling lanes and a Viego. So the feeling generally not great. Immense gold leads as to be expected. Barrel, of course, recipient of a
ちゃんと Twitch 警戒してるね。
and as a result, Domon Kia finding a way back into this game. They do have the early Drake, which I actually think is really, really big. Because it does mean that you get at the very least 5 minutes before either a soul, if it's a relevant soul, but if it ends up being a cloud, then you can also look forward to having 5 extra minutes towards the Elder as Nuggery.
Trying to get on top of Nuggery here, and yeah, I mean, he just knocks him back. Not going to be able to orange out of that one. The kick comes in as well.
かわいそう。
And the kill will land.
ひたすらピンポンされる。
As Pyoshik will pick up the kill. Nicely done, Nuggery. Kind of shaking his head on the back of that one.
Yeah. King doesn't have flash now though. Dogdom, low level, but a lot of summoners.
Yep. No flash here for Kingen.
ハリングしてる。
Let's see how the damage can come in. The hop, not good enough. Not able to hop on pop there as
これぐらいだったらハリングしないかな。
Dogdom picks up a very free kill for himself.
Very important kill. It accelerates the twitch. It means that the plates don't go down. And crucially, it gives Domon Kia something for the first time this game. Outside of that dragon, they've just been getting pummeled. And picking up a free kill like this on one of your main threats is really, really nice. But overall, I'm loving DRX. They're playing very proactively. And as you mentioned, Domon, previous to this, played against a lot of teams that were definitely on the weaker end. And DRX, they're a very hard to read team. They're very up and down. And if they just randomly 2-0 Domon Kia today, like, would you even be shocked? No, not really. As nice trap being set up, King and hiding in fog, Pyoshik making his appearance, and Nuggery, especially without flash, never lived in that.
Pretty straightforward, same here. It's just the Twitch with the Yumi, so good luck with that. You're not getting away. No flash for Kingen, and it is traded back. Just oh, we got to fight mid, and Dogdom is
お、
going
ちゃん
to
と
secure
セナ
the
捕まえ
kill.
た。
Gonna have to see how that happened, but with no Emperor's Divide and flash down on Showmaker, I think we can take a guess.
Can we solve this one, Detective Valdez?
About a solo Senna mid, perhaps.
Yes, there was a barrel that flashed, and
そうだね。
Showmaker
ダマンはもうひたすらローテーションして、Twitch がどこにいるか隠す
How do
必要
you。know, though? We couldn't see.
feeling like we're being a little bit too obvious here. Another kill, and these kills at the very least mean that Domon Kia can feel a little bit okay as Showmaker.
There is a lot of support for him around here, though.
うまい、ゼカ。見てからだ、ブリンク。
Can they get there on time? No, they cannot.
完璧、ゼカさん。
Is going to be the one that gets there first. Zeka nicely set up kill onto Showmaker.
We get a replay of that one, really nicely done by Zeka.
もう勝てないかな。
I don't think you can hold this though, Dom.
He's going to try.
Okay. They don't want to risk it.
Yeah, ult comes out. I mean, Barrel nearly
壁使った後だ
This
よ。
is much closer
これ
than we thought
は
it was going to be.
レ
Barrel
フトさん。
still on the run. He's burning down from the
ピッチを
poison.
舐めすぎだよ。
As finally the Heartbreaker comes in, Canyon going to pick up a CE Senna and is fine to just use that and fight against him, but now gets over the wall as here comes the rest of the team, and so they will just back away.
Oh, a lot of TPs invested there. King and Zeka, Showmaker all teleporting in. First Turtlebot has not been taken, but as we say that, obviously gonna get that going here. The gold lead for DRX will further advance. In terms of kills, Domon Kia is doing great, but overall still bleeding a lot of gold on this map. Gonna give up this Hextech Drake. No need for you to fight this one, I'd personally say. Rather get in those backs. Yes. Looks like we were right on the case. Detective Valdez.
Insane.
Great use of the clues available to us. As look at this chain usage here. Oh, Zeka, beautiful. Because the Showmaker buys a couple of extra seconds there. He doesn't interrupt that dash. Maybe the Yumi gets on top of him. The ultimate comes through, but Ryder gets him mid-dash. Very nicely held on towards that second activation of the Abscond Abduct. And yeah, this is He continued chase as we might have a dive on bot side.
Yeah, we got more action coming in. This is just the day of action. Showmaker pretty deep, and now Zeka's gonna collect his free.
わあだまー。
and pass go as in.
バロン考えてんのか。いやバロンはねえな。ギフトヘラルドか。ジャングラーをやりに行ったなわざと。
Relatively early on in the game here for Damwon, and they're scaling, and that's going to be a couple more for DRX.
It's also the setup of the fight. Like this is what the DRX comp love. Like you have so much mobility, so many.
お、スイッチいけいけいけいけいけいけ。やるしかねえ。コントロールワードに移るなよ。
They went around the ward. Everfrost comes in. Zeka
ワンチャン勝ちそうなの受けるなサイラス。ワンチャン勝ちそうだったり。
Yeah, the only thing I'd argue, because Doctum getting fed is what you desperately need, and it is working out. Finally, maybe
ようやっとるよこの構成でダムワンは。
goes down. Nuguri at least gets a little bit of damage from the flash proc, but in of itself not going to be enough. And the Damwon Kia overall, especially with that shutdown going over to Doctum, is still in an okay spot. But I think like fighting against the skirmish comp in the enemy jungle with a lack of vision and the turret still being up is
うん、でもやっぱ DRX の方が作りやすいな。
it's something that should get punished, and we can see that that is definitely the case here. Collapse comes through, Canyon also going down as Zeka is just having a wonderful time showing why the Silas has been so incredibly high priority. But and Doctum and Kellen every single time waiting out the cooldowns, waiting out the passage, and if they don't wait that out and that Everfrost hits, they might have still died. And then it's a double kill for Zeka, and the game is probably over.
Yeah.
So close one, pays off, and at the very least, Doctum is still quite strong right now.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice little thing. I think that, you know, Nuguri is also in a decent spot. Trinity Force picked up. He's even on farm. He only died once, picked up an assist. So, you know, the Gangplank's getting his money. And at the end of the day, you know, the question is going to be, as always, with these two comps going head-to-head, is 3,000 gold enough for DRX to continue with the pressure, to continue with the tempo, looking for the picks, and getting the fights on their level and on their decision, as we do have a Twitch nearby, and there's a ward, so can't quite pass that one. Nicely done by King, and not going to be surprised himself.
He did know, for a matter of fact, saw it coming after so many or pickoffs rather being found by Doctum. And highlighting again, I think the Damwon comp skills incredibly well.
5v5 考えるしかないダムワンは。5v5 なら戦える。
It is a comp that is very dependent on execution, and this is where Damwon has traditionally excelled, where they have looked incredibly strong, is in the mid to late game team fights.
DRX はそれを拒否し続けるだけでいい。
Neither can Showmaker. If they lose someone, if someone goes down, this DRX comp will just steamboat over. I don't want a steamboat.
I don't know what it is with the steamboats nowadays.
Nowadays?
Yeah, you just keep talking about steamboats. Wasn't gonna say anything, but
have I talked about steamboats?
No, not
I mean, I don't know. There's a couple of great mystery novels, you know, that take place on steamboats. Cool. Turn of the century stuff. Very good.
Nice. Yeah, generally we say I think
It's
steamroller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't.
So I was just poking a bit of fun. But yeah, steamboat is nice. I like boats. They're pretty cool. Did you know that the word for boat in Korean is the same as the word for pear? It's pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it also car? There's also a word for car that's the same as something else, but I don't know.
Oh, car and T.
There you go.
Yeah. The shortened
Cha.
word,
Yeah.
shortened word for car and T are the
こんばんは。
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
はい、こんばんは。
There are. It's not great for.
Yeah, just like in English with there, and there.
Yeah, but I already know
And
English.
two, and two.
I already know English.
Yeah, you know.
Well, that's.
おお、今回はやらない。次のアクション
I just
だね。
called DRX Steamboat.
アジールがプッシュして、ワンレーンプッシュできる状態で Twitch 隠してアジールがローテーションできる段階を作ってるから。
It is actually, it is kind of a murder mystery, isn't it? Because we already had the Showmaker, I don't know, the Showmaker conundrum.
The show. Yeah, okay, nice little final chapter. They were really chasing on that one. And again, like, I don't really feel like they have to. Like, Viego, I think a lot of these players on the side of Domin are like, oh, I've got the Yuumi on my back. I'm invulnerable. I can do anything. And yes, I feel the same way when I'm next to my cat, but it's not... I don't think it's the way you should be...
そうだよね。やっぱコテ強いよな、今。
There is something to be said for continuously trying to make plays and forcing DRX to play defensively, because I'm pretty sure that Domon Kia feel like we win the late game, no matter what. Like, this is a freebie. If we get to the later stage of the game, so I want to highlight that Nuguri is going for the Zeus build, which I don't know if he was the originator, but he's the one that played it first.
He's like the guy that saw it in solo queue and then he was the first one to play it in pro
Exactly.
play.
Popularized it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I quite like it, because I think that against DRX, actually getting off big crit barrels is going to be extremely hard, and this does give you an incredible amount of value just in your ultimate, which into the DRX comp should provide you with a lot of value. Just throw that on top of any carry that they're trying to jump on, and watch the health bars melt.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have a lot of upfront damage, I feel like, on the side of Domon Kia, because if you're not bursting someone down, if you're kind of floundering around, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get kicked, you're going to get last breath, and it's going to be difficult. Canyon gets low and just blows up to pieces, getting steamboated one again, as Nuguri as well is on the run. Triple kill for Pyosik, as Duckdom is a monster. He's getting in there with that ult. He flashes forward, getting way too excited, and immediately gets punished for it.
And that's going to be Domon Kia just going in one by one. Like,
スノーボール概念がない。
so maybe you can do something about the Baron. But if you throw in everyone and they all die,
どっからスノーボールするんだ。
Wow, DRX, this is ideal.
Yeah, I mean, it was gonna be
ス
rough
イッ
for
チじゃダメだよ。この構成で。この構成でスイッチが合わねえよ。
trying to get vision because Domon thought they were doing Baron, but instead, just getting engaged upon.
And not only that, but Duckdom crucially isn't in this fight anywhere near. And without your most fat member, it's not happening. Like, there is no way that you're ever making it through, and yeah, Duckdom getting a little bit too high feed the moment he sees that Rock go down. Zeka immediately on top of him, and he gets taken down. And now, Baron buff is down, and one of the issues that we haven't really talked about for this comp is that you might run into some sieging problems. Well, let me tell you, if you have Baron buff, none of that really matters. A really sharp spike there coming through. And there are worlds where Domon Kia actually gets back into this game. But regardless, it is not a good look for them.
いや、野草じゃなかったら
So aggressively.
別にスイッチでもいいですけど。
That is definitely what you need to do, right? You need to be diving here, as you mentioned.
ユーミ取った後にセナ取ったのがめっちゃ効いてるんですよね。
As Showmaker, he's got a lot of damage, but there is no frontline. Everything else has been.
ユーミ取って UBPA 後、ああ、もうファームねみたいな感じになっちゃってる。ボットレーンがもうツイッチに負けなければリーがゲーム壊せいいよねって状況になっちゃってる。やっぱね。野草はレートスケールめっちゃあるからね。そう装備高いけど。うまっ。ジンクスとかだったらよかったかもね。タイミングがジンクスとかだったら、おお、ユーミ刺さりそうみたいなのはあった。ビットシュートだけ取らしてビエゴが入ってって。
From the side of DRX, and the tempo has reached such a rapid pace that it will just end the game. 27 minutes, just about the timing DRX came to play tonight.
マジで何もできないよこれ。
Just to follow up on what you said, I think there was definitely a little bit of a lack of respect